Welcome to The Explainer. I am so thrilled you're joining me today because, well, we are heading straight into the misty mountains of New Taipei City to explore Taiwan's legendary former gold mining town. You know the one, right? If you've ever seen those stunning photos of iconic red lanterns glowing over these tiny narrow alleys, yeah, that's exactly the place we're talking about. But here is the ultimate traveler debate we're going to settle right now. Should you just pop in for a day trip, or is it actually worth the hassle to pack your bags and spend the night? Let's get right into the verdict.
So is staying overnight in Jiufen actually worth it? This is literally the core dilemma every single visitor faces. I mean, most travelers treat this mountain town as a quick hit-and-run day trip. But here's the thing. By doing that, they're signing up for a very specific kind of experience. And let me tell you, it usually involves battling chaotic crowds of, well, other day trippers. We really need to figure out if committing to an overnight stay is that secret key to unlocking the true, hidden magic of the town, or if it's honestly just an unnecessary logistical headache.
Because you see, there are two totally different versions of Jiufen that exist in the exact same physical space. It's kind of wild. On one hand, you've got the rushed daytime chaos. It's packed, it's stressful, and you are literally shoveling shoulder to shoulder through these tiny alleys. But on the other hand, there's the serene nighttime magic. This is that romantic, tranquil myth that everyone actually travels there hoping to experience. And the fascinating thing is, you simply cannot have that second experience if you're stuck on the schedule of the first. It's impossible. Look at how this plays out across a typical day. The tourist rush begins pouring in right around 10 a.m. From then until the early evening, the town is packed tight. But notice what happens after 8 p.m. The crowds totally clear out as the last tour buses depart. And this, right here, creates two exclusive windows of pure tranquility that only overnight guests get to enjoy. First, you get the late evening, when those famous red lanterns cast a warm glow over completely empty stone steps. And second, dawn, right before the first coach arrives, when the old street is entirely yours.
Now, if you do decide to stay the night, you aren't booking into some massive 500-room resort. In fact, what you will definitely not find on the old street is a chain hotel. Because the town is so small and historically protected, accommodation is completely dominated by what the Taiwanese call a Minsu. Basically, a Minsu is a small, family-run guest house tucked right into the hillside lanes. It's kind of like the Taiwanese equivalent of a bed and breakfast. It's an intimate, locally hosted room that often comes with a personal welcome and usually a super authentic local breakfast. You get incredible charm, but as we'll see, it comes with a few unique quirks we'll discuss shortly.
To really drive this point home, I want to share this incredible insight from Joanne Lau. She's a heritage writer and editor, and her family actually lives just down the coast, so she has seen the town at literally every single hour of the day. She points out that the town people fall in love with is not the one they see at noon. It's the one at 7 a.m. You know, when the lanterns are still on and the only sound you hear is a shopkeeper quietly sweeping the steps. So the absolute crucial takeaway is exactly what she says. You only get that magic if you sleep there.
All right, let's move on to Section 1, choosing your perfect location in Jiufen.
Okay, so your ideal spot depends entirely on your personal priorities. Let's break this down. If you want atmosphere, the lanes right on or beside the old street put you mere steps from the lanterns and the food, but the trade-off is daytime noise and having to lug your bags up a bunch of stairs. If you want sweeping views, the upper Shuki road slopes offer these amazing boutique sea view inns like Daybreak Jiufen or Windsor's Sunlight Hangguan. But yep, you're going to have quite a steep climb to reach your room. Now, what if you want calm and space? Well, look to Jinguashi. It's this super quiet former mining village right next door, though you will need to take a short bus ride to get back to the main action.
But here is the ultimate compromise that every traveler faces. Down the hill, in nearby Ruifang or Keelung, you get ordinary hotels, budget-friendly prices, and incredibly easy transport with those quick trains. However, you completely miss out on the evening and morning magic that makes the whole area famous. Staying way up in Jiufen means you are absolutely paying a premium to wake up inside that mountain magic with breathtaking views. Staying in Ruifang, sure, it saves you money and the physical effort of climbing the hill, but you're sacrificing the exact atmosphere you traveled all that way to see in the first place.
Moving right along to Section 2, Realities, Costs, and Booking Secrets.
Okay, it is time for a little bit of practical tough love. Here are the gritty physical realities of a mountainside stay that you absolutely must prepare for. First up, steep access. You will very likely be navigating hundreds of stone steps to reach your Minsu. So seriously, pack light, unless you're purposely looking for a severe cardio workout. Second, there's little to literally no parking. The old street is completely car-free, which means drivers have to park all the way at the edge of town and walk their luggage in.
Third, expect premium prices if you want those iconic bay views from a balcony. And finally, because there's just a really limited number of rooms in this tiny town, weekends and public holidays book out incredibly fast.
So, to help you navigate all those tricky realities, I'm handing you a foolproof 5-step action plan. This will help you secure your ideal spot without any of the classic tourist regrets. Step 1. Pick your priority. Ask yourself, do you care most about the view, the quiet, or the price? Step 2. Choose your area based entirely on that priority. Step 3. Decide between the intimate character of a local Minsu host or the slight privacy upgrade you get at a boutique hotel. Step 4. Check the walk. Honestly, this one is huge. Always ask the host exactly how far the room is from the bus stop. And Step 5. Book well ahead. Ideally a few weeks out, and even earlier if you're traveling during those popular dry months from October to December.
So, what is all this actually going to cost you? Well, expect prices to sit somewhere above a basic city hotel, but definitely below a luxury resort. To give you some context, a double room typically runs from around 2,500 new Taiwan dollars on a quiet weekday, and that can climb all the way up to $6,000 or more for a highly coveted weekend sea view balcony. You are absolutely paying a premium for that specific location and view, which is exactly why booking early is your absolute best strategy to keep those costs down.
And before you hit confirm on that booking, I really want you to listen to this crucial final warning from our expert, Joanne Lyo. She explicitly says, do not book purely on the photos. Ask the host about the walk before you pay, especially if you arrive after dark. Why? Well, imagine this. A guest house that looks stunning in the online pictures might literally be 100 steep, uneven stone steps straight up from the road. You absolutely do not want the dreaded experience of hauling a heavy suitcase up a dark, winding mountain path when you are already completely exhausted from a long day of travel. Seriously, a quick 2-minute message to the host can save your entire trip.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer. We've laid out the costs, the logistics, the unique Minsu culture, and the absolute undeniable charm of those quiet, crowd-free hours. So the final question is entirely up to you. Will you brave the steep stone steps and the logistical quirks for a real taste of that breathtaking 7 a.m. magic? Or will you save your legs and just let the day trippers have all the fun? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating mountain town with me today. Use these strategies, plan carefully, and hey, whatever you choose, enjoy the lanterns.